Shit, I've still got music playing.
Well, I started, so.
I've started too, don't worry.
I started, so, yeah.
Okay, so basically...
This is awkward.
So... that was supposed to be a cappella, but no one did it with me. What is up, Drummer Alert Nation? Welcome to the 80th episode of Drivecast. Let's get
Wait, did you just
right.
nut in your hand? Did you just nut in your hand and started... What are you doing?
I'm shaving,
What-
bro.
You're shaving? Why couldn't you do this before?
I need to save time.
You just nutted in your hand.
Let's get right into the
Oh, you
news.
just fucked up
So
my
we are now
nice.
on the 80th episode of Drivecast. That means we've done 80 of these. That means we've had a lot of free time, basically. So is there anything we would like to say to commemorate this moment?
Interstate 80!
Oh.
80.
70 plus 10.
Right, Speedway, to you sort your shit out. For anyone who's watching on Mixcloud, by the way, you should go and check that out. Link in the description. You can watch it on your iOS or Android device, and we are not being paid, I promise.
You can't watch it on your Windows device.
No, you can't watch this shit. So Speedway,
Yeah,
until you
yeah,
sort
you
yourself out, you're not coming back on Drivecast. If for anyone who is on Mixcloud,
Why?
is currently shaving for some reason, I don't know. Nigga doesn't turn up and expects to be on Drivecast when he's shaving. Nah, fuck off. So basically,
By the way, if you're using Windows Phone, you're a degen, so,
Hey, ask Cortana where you can get a better
Ask
phone.
Cortana where you can get Mixcloud from. She'll be like, no, nigga. Anyway, we got plenty of topics this week because obviously Gamescom has just happened. That means we've got Forza, we've got Gran Turismo, got Drive Club, we got all that shit. So first off, we're gonna go ahead and talk about Forza since that's probably gonna be a thing.
No. Let's just execute the unnecessary ones first. Gran Turismo Sport. What do you have to say about that?
See, just because you don't want to talk about it, I kind of want to talk
No,
about it.
I'm just being honest right now. Drive Club, nigga, who can afford that shit right now? Who can get VR right now and set up Drive Club and pay that comfortably?
I technically can.
Would you though?
But
No.
that's not what I want to talk about. I'll talk about that in a minute. There's more stuff to it.
Alright.
For anyone who's on Mixcloud Speedway, just join back. So that's not what I want to talk about because they've added some new tracks and stuff which I want to talk about in a bit. I want to talk about Forza first. Because we got Horizon 3 gameplay, we see the off-road gameplay, then we see the Rocket Buddy gameplay, and then we see it all basically. So basically, we kind of have got it all out. Speedway, till you sort it out, don't come back. Yeah, basically we got all of it right now. So where should we start?
I think we should start in the
Drone mode!
No, we shouldn't. We should go from what basically we saw. So let's talk about the how the off-road physics and how it looks. Because personally, I think it looks slightly different. It looks like the cars feel a bit more heavy and they're a bit more like stuck to the ground. If you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that make any sense?
Right.
Also, cars sound significantly better on this game. I've noticed the car sounds.
I know the backfire is a lot better. The backfire looks a hell of a lot better now.
That 180 sounds beefy as fuck.
Jay and I talked about this even way before Gamescom, like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, where we said we even noticed like on some of that gameplay where there's like some off-road races. We even mentioned like the off-road physics look really sticky. Like it just looks like it's more planted to the ground.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you're flying around like.
Talk to Theo,
yeah.
and obviously Theo's played the demo, and he says you can still go off-road in a Lambo doing like 2 billion miles per hour.
Well, yeah, they're not gonna stop that though.
It's not like to the point where you can't like off-road cars will have a significant advantage from what I understand.
Yeah.
Now, with the off-roading, are they gonna have those events like in Horizon 2 where basically you're taking like a Lamborghini and going off-road and you're doing all those off-road races?
Because obviously now, because they've got the blueprints in, you can do your events yourself. So if you don't want
so
to,
I can just skip that.
yeah, if you don't
good.
want to do any off-road events, you don't have to, because you can just create your own blueprint, and we'll talk about that a bit later, because that was part of the gameplay. I've got a question. Did anyone see the picture I put up on Twitter of the BMW M4 Liberty Walk that was 10 million?
10 million.
Yeah, I laughed at that. That was
Because
hilarious.
it's like
to me.
it says it's a hold on, let me get it up. I think it said on the name it was a BMW M4 Coupe Horizon Edition, and on the actual thing itself it says HE Skills 2, which I'm assuming means you get double skill points while you're using it.
Yeah.
10 million.
There's no way it can be to 10 mil. They're
Now,
not gonna.
is that just a placeholder?
Maybe it's for
or do
demo.
you actually think it's 10 million? And keep in mind, it's only a rear-wheel drive S1 car.
I pray it's not. I pray it's not that much. I pray
I
it's just
think
because it's a
it's
demo.
just for demo, right?
And if it is that much, do you think it's going to be a unicorn car only for those that it's on the auction place? Do you think that's a possible thing?
Could be, but what there'd be dickheads to put that as a unicorn car.
Unicorn car.
Because it says Horizon Edition, so
Unicorn
obviously
cars.
the normal
No one
M4 will
has
be
them.
on there, but they can have Horizon Editions, which will give double XP, which will be really, really rare.
Yeah.
That's at least what I'm thinking.
CJ, a unicorn car is a car that turned 10 spring. In Forza Motorsport 4, 3, and 4, they sprinkled like really rare cars in the game that you couldn't get unless you won an event or you won like a photo contest or something on the storefront, or you bought it for like 30 mil on the auction house, which not a lot of people did.
Basically,
so
really rare cars which are only
yeah.
available on the auction house or through winning competitions.
okay.
And obviously they've got that competitions mode in there, which we'll talk about in a bit. So first things first, we should go in
And the
chronological order
list.
because we've kind of gone through a different order. So first thing we saw was Rocket Bunny gameplay.
Yeah.
First
No,
things
it
first, it was.
No, it wasn't.
What was it then?
Wasn't it the off-roading
Wasn't
first?
the Raptor?
I saw the Rocket Bunny stuff first.
Yeah.
Well, are you talking about the stream?
I never looked at the
I
off-roading
just saw it
stuff.
come on my timeline. That was the first.
Well,
thing I
anyway,
saw.
yeah.
I thought on the stream it was like the off-roading
I didn't watch
gameplay
the
first.
stream. I just saw it
Yeah,
on
I
Twitter.
just-
Well, I didn't either.
The stream was the Raptor first, and then the Rocket
Right,
Bike.
whatever. We're talking about Rocket Bunny now, just to get onto topic. The physics look a hell of a lot more heavier.
Yeah.
A hell of a lot
Yeah.
more. They do look genuinely different. Drifting still looks weird. Drifting is one of those things I think we need to play it before we decide anything. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, but like it does. I don't want to say it looks too different, but like when you were doing that drift like corner, it said hold A to e-brake, which I thought was a bit weird.
Mm.
Because like
Hold
E-
A to E-brake.
it said something across those lines, yeah.
Well,
Oh,
let me get.
I didn't even notice that.
Hey, that
As,
would
like,
be
you know,
here.
in like a tutorial sort of thing. It's like you like it says it comes up with a prompt. It said it might have said tap, or it might have said hold, but it definitely said press A to e-brake at some point.
I wouldn't. That would be hard to
Which?
get used to.
No, but you can
What do you
change.
mean? I mean, it was A to do drifting in the previous game as well,
Yeah.
so...
But it's just weird how it was like say it said hold. It was like
No,
it's
I
like-
think that's
it's not,
just.
it's not you just hold it and then you go into the drift. There's a bit more to than just that, really.
I think they're just hinting how to get your car to slide. I don't think
yeah.
that's actually a button to slide your car. Like it's not going to automatically put you into a drift. I think that's just they're just telling you how. Yeah.
But regardless, it still has a hell of a lot more of a Horizon 1 feel than it did Horizon 2.
Yeah, I can already tell that.
Horizon
Especially
2 didn't even-
just from the surroundings. The surroundings look
Yeah,
so
the
much
city
better.
also. The city area.
Horizon 2 didn't even feel like I was in a festival most.
Yeah, Horizon 2, it felt dead. It felt... the open world felt really dead. And, like, going down to the very, very minuscule detail, such as just a train going by, just adds to the
I really wanted them
overall...
to drive into it. I really wanted them
That
to
is
drive
possible.
into it.
Even
I want to
like-
know what happens.
Even the fact that you can actually go around the map freely, apparently.
Yeah,
There are no barriers.
I noticed this when I saw it at E3. Like the fact that you can drive slightly into the sea. Like, come on, you couldn't do anything like that on
The fact
Horizon
rain
2.
is in there as a whole, and you've got water there, like
Yeah.
that's huge. Like
It is.
we can all these jokes with 3D puddles and shit, yeah. But when you actually see it in an open world and they can actually make use of it, like it looks so sick. And and that's not even the thing. The thing is with the Horizon blueprints, you can sort out if you want rain. So if you don't want rain in your races, you don't have to have rain in your races. It's all literally all down to you, so you cannot moan because you are the like in control. Which
Another
You know, I just
thing-
thought
kinda
about
takes
this
away,
one.
It takes away from the like being the bottom guy and moving up, but it adds so much more in terms of actual gameplay.
Yeah.
I think.
Definitely.
One thing I really like what they're doing is a not very small thing, but it's in your face. The city. I like how they had like an actual city.
Yeah, with skyscrapers and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what that reminded me of when you were driving into the
What?
test drive? It reminded me of test
Yeah,
drive.
it of
extremely
Honolulu.
reminded me of test drive.
That's
I don't-
Imagine-
what Honolulu looks
Imagine
like,
what
Yeah.
that city area looks like at night in the rain.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
gonna
man.
look mad.
All
That game
games
is.
look best at night in the rain. That's probably why Need for Speed did it. But in like literally, Horizon 2 at night in the rain in the middle of Nice looks so gorgeous with like all the lights from the city and stuff. That's gonna look so nice with that Rocket Money 180. It gets me excited. I'm actually so much more excited now than I was before. At E3, I wasn't that excited, but having seen all the gameplay and having seen how much heavier the actual cars look and seeing that the off-roading does seem a bit more like off-road and the cars bobble a bit more and it's not as nice as it was in Horizon 2, if you know what I mean. Like it's actually off-road and it feels like off-road, at least from what I've seen from the gameplay. I don't know, overall I'm just a lot more excited now. They've put me in that phase. Like last year I feel like last time Horizon game came out, I was really bubbly. I'm slowly getting to that level. The more gameplay they release, I'm getting really, really excited.
Yeah.
So anything else before about the on-road physics before we go and talk about Horizon Blueprint?
Physics. I don't know. It just looks like an improved version of 2 to me. Like they've just fixed and worked on things that were wrong.
I'm just praying that the oversteer issue is gone.
Yeah, and
as
I
much
pray
as I
that.
understand, like 1,000 horsepower Supras are gonna drift and stuff, unless it's like unless you've got a CRX and you made that S2 from like a D or an E, you shouldn't really have issues with wheel spin.
Yeah.
If I take a Supra and then put like, I don't know, like 800 horsepower, I don't really want it to spin, to be honest. I don't want to have to put traction control on because I like not using it because it's like a challenge. But
Yeah.
That's it for me. As long as they fix the oversteer issues, and that's only something which we will see after launch because usually they don't use upgraded cars in launch and stuff, like pre-launch and stuff. Like I'll tell you what, in fact, actually, I was driving.
That 180 was upgraded. That was going rapid. That was upgraded.
We'll have to see then. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. I think
It
it's one
was
of those things you have to try it.
The 180 is the E class before you do it up.
So what did he make it to? Was it an S1?
I don't know. That definitely wasn't moving like an E class.
Do you want me to
Think
have a
about
look?
it.
I'll have a look in a minute. I think it was S1 then. It must have been. I think I remember it being S1. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, as long as they fix the oversteer issues, which is something we'll know after launch.
Yeah.
That's about it really in terms of physics. That was my only real major gripe, and it was a bit too easy to drift. As long as it's a bit more like Horizon 1 in terms of drifting.
Yeah.
Like, where you can actually like spin out and there's a level of difficulty to it. You can't just do it. I don't think that'll be the case though because they've got drift corners, so they want to make it available to the casuals too.
I was kind of concerned still when you were going off-road with a non-off-road car that I saw in another gameplay, and you still go really, really fast.
Yeah, you can. We talked about this before when I kicked you. This was it the Cherry-Anton? I still don't know how to say that in the car. I still don't know. Cherry-Antano. Centenario.
Centenario.
Yeah.
Theo said when he was playing it that you could just fly off-road with it.
Yeah, that's why.
That doesn't bother me, to be fair.
Yeah, but there needs to be a balance if you want to have off-roading cars and.
Yeah,
Super-
obviously
I would like there to be a lenience towards like off-roading cars and them actually having an advantage off-road because that kind of just makes sense.
You did mention
yeah.
in the interview we was having that when you go through puddles and stuff,
you do stop a little bit.
Supercars significantly slow down more than cars that are
I think it's one of those things we need to play it and feel it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like it's not something you can just judge by one car because it's
To be honest, as long as the cars aren't just skippy and shit like they are on 2, I'm fine. It's just I don't like how quick they go. Like if you are airborne 50% of the time in races on Forza Horizon 2 if it's a cross-country race. I hate those, by the way.
I think that's what's good about being a bit heavier. Like the physics as a whole, they're a hell of a lot heavier. So you're gonna have less of that issue. But again, it's like it's one of those things you need to feel it. You can't just like say, "Oh, it looks like this," because it's one thing looking at it, and then it's one thing playing at it. Like I said, I was like, this is what I was gonna say before. For Horizon 2, I was driving around in a stock Viper, and that thing is planted. If it's stock, it was S1 stock, and it was planted. Unless you really go up in like in the high rev, like almost at the red line, you're not really gonna spin too much. But then as soon as you put any upgrades in, it completely changes the game.
Yeah. But still, like the handling in terms of Horizon, like it's a lot. It's improved a lot compared to Horizon 2 for the looks of it. I mean, off-road cars do seem heavier, and like they do have like a speed limit. With that in Forza Horizon 2, like it was just going on dirt. It was the same as going on asphalt.
Yeah.
What I was going to say was, I don't think there'd be a point in having off-road cars if all the supercars are going to do is dominate off-road. Obviously, what I believe would happen is, yes, the supercars are going to be able to absolutely just tear off-road in terms of like top speed and acceleration stuff, but as far as like actual handling, that's where the off-road cars come in. And if you know about off-road racing and racing games, handling is the most important part of actually winning races off-road. So I think that's why off-road cars will be significantly better than the supercars and all the other cars off-road.
Yeah. Like this actually reminds me of something. There's this race in the crew where it's basically a guy you're in a dirt spec and you're racing some guy in like a perf spec. Why can't they do something like that in Forza? Like I know they did with
that sounds like a Forza thing to do too. So
yeah, like they have those in like.
I don't want to see those. Are you talking about the actual specs or like that type of race?
That type of race.
Oh, yeah, they could do that. I mean, it very well could be a showcase event.
I mean, like they do have those at showcase events, but I'm
they've
talking
got
about
one where you've got an that's basically what it is with the aeroplane. Really.
Yeah, but what I'm talking is like you have like another like a person, like this is actually like people doing it. Like there's a road and there's a bunch of dirt routes and stuff that you can take it, and first one to the end wins.
Does anyone know if you can actually create your own races? I think you can.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I think
If so,
sure
you can easily do that then. You can just have one person in a car, one person in off-road, but I don't think it's going to be to the extent where you can't drive off-road with a Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like that. Like, it was like a mission in the crew, and it basically forced you to take.
But this is different.
Yeah,
because
there were
it's
many.
I'm assuming it's
like
just
that.
races for the Horizon career mode.
Yeah.
So that leads us greatly on to the next one, which is blueprints. So does anyone else want to take the lead for this one? Because my throat is fucking killing.
Oh, we have the blueprint. They're good. They make you do your own race. You put the A class or the B class or the C class or D. Sucking on my wheelie, I put it in your PA. I think it is a good aspect to make you do your own race, set up anything you want. Okay. We have had nothing like this before in Forza series. So it make good unless you go on the motorsports, you may set up your own race, blah blah whatever. But in this,
I don't think you can do car classes though. I think it's
yes. No, hold up. I stopped the phone. You said you didn't watch the stream, right?
Not all of it. I skimmed.
You missed information then, because if he goes onto the menu and he actually showed you.
Yeah, and you got can you do it by class, or is it literally just by like type of car? So like extreme off road.
I'm pretty sure Ralph. He said, you can go down very specific, and you go down change specific car. You can choose individual car for the person. So I'm pretty sure that falls under changing the class. So overall, it looks like a very good aspect to the game. It's gonna add on a lot of things
right.
like if
South Africa.
No, stop. So I'm not done. If we all want to like say we YouTuber, yeah, right? Not apart from you, Speedway. If we all YouTubers, like we could like do YouTube videos, like we could do a series where each of us take a turn to make a certain race, yeah, right? Good things coming. I tell you, we have loads of hours to play.
Why are you telling everyone your ideas?
I just sneak peek though. They go forget it after tonight. They're gonna have a wank all of them and they go and forget. But you can go now.
What was I gonna say? Good.
I apologize if no one understood what I just said.
So right, so you can rename them, which is pretty cool. So that was.
Can you? Yes, Danger Zone.
So you can have
God.
a Danger Zone championship. You can have a Danger Zone championship. You can have an international championship. You can do your own races. So if you want to have one race.
Oh my God! Yes. Not championship.
So you can have a series of races. I'm not sure. Can you create your own races? Is that something that's been confirmed?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't want to say if
that.
there is or not because I don't know.
More games.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine just having all of your races being like a Jocelyn Hernandez memes, just like
a race with just her face?
Yeah.
The race is her face. Anyway, people aren't going to understand that. So you can pick between from what Howard J said, preset car classes, so extreme off-road, 90s, supercar, whatever, and I'm assuming you can pick your own actual like classes. So if you want A
Presets,
class cars,
just
or B
accurate
class cars, or
integras.
C
The
class
guy
cars.
said there is presets, but then he also says if you really want to go deep and specifically choose certain aspects, you
Because
can.
when he was customizing it when I watched it, it still had all the car classes, but you could just change them.
But I heard him say it. I know I'm not tripping. Let me go and try and.
I mean,
I wanna
that's
be
what I
able-
understood from when I
I
was
want to be
editing
able
it.
to
I
have a
looked through the
race with
thing.
only accurate integras.
Let's go.
Really gay.
Yeah, that's pretty
Just
stupid.
call that,
Fuck off.
Just gay. Just call the race gay. Anyway, so regardless, there's still so much customization there. If you do only want to race your shitty Integra, you can. Or if you want to race, you know, some RB240 SX, you can do that as well. So like, there's like generally, I do like how that is, but it does take away kind of from the story element. I don't think there's gonna be like Horizon 1 had a good story, you know.
I wouldn't say it was that good.
It was alright.
I thought
It was
it was
a
decent. It was
racing
good for a
game.
racing game.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
And
wasn't that.
there won't be
that-
anything like that, I don't think, again. I mean, I'll be very surprised if it was on that level. But in
Yeah.
return, like you can't like, this is another thing. It's like you have that,
Imagine-
then you take away from the story. Like you could,
Mad.
when one door opens, one door closes. So it's like you gotta make your decision. And I'd rather have all this than a story mode.
Yeah, you're not gonna
Imagine-
get like a sex scene or anything.
Imagine that. Imagine if you like they pandered a game as a game like this, and then it ends up with an actual hardcore like campaign where there's like ISIS and shit.
Right. So enough
For
with
a
your
racing
bullshit.
game.
Carry on. So blueprints, good. Everyone say good. Everyone say good. Good.
Good.
Good.
That was supposed to be everyone in sync saying it at the same time. Never mind.
All right.
No,
Good.
It was too late.
Good.
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 You sound like those
Good.
birds from Finding
Good.
Nemo. That's
Good.
what you sound like.
Good.
What else have we got to talk about? Should we talk about the customization?
Hey, I want to talk about something important. Right, so
Drone mode.
you know me, right? You know me. I'm Jay. I'm the guy who makes the cinematics, right? Overall, I make cinematics on my channel. So I might like skip a month and
Who are
still
you?
get I might skip a month and still get promotion of turn 10, but it's nothing, right? So I make the montages, right? I was throwing shots then. You don't even know who.
We took throwing shots at.
I made the montage, right? I made the
Throwing
montage.
shots on.
I was throwing shots at Domestic Mango. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I thought you were someone else.
I make the montage, right? I make the montage. It's good to have drone mode. I'm not gonna do that
Don't,
accent.
because people genuinely won't be able to understand you.
So obviously with the drone mode, it's very exciting to be able to actually use a camera and just fly it anywhere. You could go up to space. I don't think you can go to space, but you can go pretty goddamn high.
fucking high. I reckon. Would you reckon you'll be able to go as high as the buildings go?
Be cool if you could.
Imagine if you go right to the top of that city skyscraper and look
Mm.
down.
Oh,
I don't know,
boy.
because for what we'd seen, was that the limit of what the drone could go? Because I don't think so.
He didn't seem to stop. He just stopped. Like seemed like he stopped
Yeah, he
himself.
stopped like
In
just
terms
there.
of height, I don't know, but in terms, you can go anywhere around the map.
I'm pretty
And
sure
it's
what he
also
was
available
doing.
online.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure what he was doing was scripted.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was told what to
All
do.
I know, Jay, is you can do that online.
All I
So
know.
opportunities are
But
endless.
I want to know if I can zoom in.
Probably because you have
Well, you don't
an
really need to,
effect
'cause you can just
tab
fly forward.
or something.
No, I mean zoom in the camera.
As in, like, perspective sort of thing.
Yes, no, like zoom in the
I
lens.
don't think you can.
Yeah. So like,
Yeah,
I know
probably
what you mean,
can't,
Jay.
because you
So
have
like,
an
for
UI
example, you're
option. You have an UI option to toggle the UI.
No, I'm not
the
talking about
drone.
UI.
You look at all the.
I'm
Yeah, but
If you look at all the controls on the bottom, there is no zoom. There's turbo,
Jay.
hide UI, and that's it.
See that?
Are you talking about the type of thing where you zoom in to like your car kind of stands out a little bit against the background?
Yeah, it's just panning in basically.
Yeah.
Zooming in your camera. Not panning in, zooming
To
in.
give it
Panning
a
in.
different perspective, sort of thing. You can't do
Yeah.
that, from what I understand. From what I understand,
See-
the only controls you have are turbo, so that makes the thing go faster. Exit, quit, hide UI, and that's it.
I mean, it's going to be alright then. I can still use it for like action shots and stuff, but for certain shots, I'm still probably going to use the camera mode. But then that leads me on to think about, if we can use that drone mode online, why wouldn't we be able to use photo mode online? And if we can use photo mode online, I pray that they don't freeze it, so everything carries on moving, so I can get shots with
If
the
they
camera.
would do it, it only makes sense for the world to carry on. I think that's the only reason why they wouldn't do it, is because they'd have to pause it, like the photo mode pauses the game in it, as where drone mode doesn't do that, so that kind of makes it easier. So I think if they were to do photo mode online, it wouldn't pause it, but otherwise it wouldn't be available, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, let's just hope that, because if not, then it's not going to be that useful to me. But yeah,
it's pretty cool. It's good just to explore and see little things. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
a cool feature. Don't get me wrong.
Just like using it as an actual drone could be quite cool.
Yeah.
Especially when the game's first out, when you're just looking around areas and stuff like that. Especially for like barn finds and stuff, whatnot.
Yeah, that's what he said.
What else? Trying to think what else. Auction house. S14. S14.
Yeah, sure.
S14. Huge. I'm gonna win it.
So am I. People are so pissed. They're like, why you not have a normal car?
I'm gonna win it, and then I'm gonna wait till 6 months down the line when they never ever do a tournament, and then sell it for like 40 billion, and everyone's gonna be great. That's how it's gonna work.
You're gonna sell the car that you won, so you don't have to be sold.
Yeah, in 6, but I'll have 40 billion credits.
No one will buy it.
But why?
Well, why would you do that when getting 40 billion credits in the actual game is that easy to come by?
You get it after 2 weeks of Forza rewards.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I actually need to make sure I redeem that shit because I've not used that in ages. Does anyone know how that works? Is it similar to how it was in Horizon 2? I'm assuming so.
What do you mean? Forza rewards?
Cars and stuff.
There's
different tiers of cars, and then how much you play for Forza, you get different cars and stuff.
Oh, you just got log on and it will be in your gift if you think it.
That's how I thought it would have worked. That's alright. That's about it for Forza then.
Yay! It's always smashing,
Looks
baby.
good that we might not have to have 4-wheel drive for everything as well. I think that's something everyone's forgetting all the time in the last game. All-wheel drive. Otherwise, you're just going to spin. But now it looks like rear-wheel drive has more power. It does spin a bit more, and you have more likely to spin out, but it's just basically real-life car stuff. And then all-wheel drive cars are going to have less power within the class, but they're going to be a hell of a lot more stable. That's kind of what it looks, and they're going to be oversteering a lot more. That kind of looks like what it is. It looks literally like it is in real life, which is good. But yeah, that's about it, really. So, next we should talk about the Crew God expansion.
The Crew Caillou expansion.
So someone should lead this, please.
CJ.
Alright, so basically, at Gamescom, they announced that a new expansion for the Crew would come out, and this actually kind of surprised me a bit, because I thought I thought they ceased making expansion packs for the Crew, and they actually didn't. And it's basically a cops and robbers type game mode. As of right now, it really only seems to be just like a little game mode in the game with a few side missions.
False! There's a new story.
Cars.
There's new story missions, baby.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like side missions.
But you didn't say it.
There's like 15 new story missions.
12
story missions.
So what? I don't know why he said 3 side
And
missions.
also, you get a new play. I think you can choose a different player to drive as. I'm pretty sure.
Right, I'm gonna explain this for you because you did a shit job with that. Basically, you've unlocked loads of cop cars with different specs. So Monster Truck V500, Perf Spec, Agera. But if you do not buy the expansion, you can still play as a racer and be chased. You only need to buy the expansion to actually be the cop.
Mhm.
Which is classic Ivory Tower. I think Theo said that in a video. It's classic Ivory Tower. I love the fact that they're giving that for free. That's like, Ivory Tower are up there as one of the best developers. Like, I don't even play the Crew that much anymore. But like, just the fact they're basically giving it away for free. Level 60 parts are still free. You know, I really, really like that. I think that's really, really cool.
Giving what away? Yeah. Very sorry.
So the overall level cap now has gone from level 50 to 60 in terms of parts. That's free across everyone. You get to be chased as a racer in these cops and robbers events, and that's free for everyone. I think the new cars might be free on the racer side for everyone. So the F12, the Huracan, the F-35.
No. That comes with the expansion.
I'm pretty sure that's free. Let me have a quick look.
Nope.
Because I do remember.
The cars come with the expansion, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, the cars come with the expansion. It's like, for example, you don't have the Wild Run expansion.
Wild Run, the cars were free. You just had to buy them.
Yeah.
In game.
But you need to have the expansion.
No, you need the expansion to get the cars in Wild Run.
Nope, only the cop cars are paid. Everything else is free. So F12, Hurricane, R35, all of it's free.
3 as in 3 real.
Holy
money.
shit.
You know,
I'm still gonna buy the
And then the
expansion.
cop
anyway.
variations, you get everything in cop variation with the pack. At least that's what I've been told by Theo. So, yeah, that's
Wait,
pretty
so
fucking
when
amazing.
you mean everything in cop variation, do you mean like every single car in the game? I'm guessing that's not true.
Probably not. I don't
But-
know how it works with the cops, but all I know is you
Like-
get all the cop variations for paid. That's paid. And then you
I
get the
wanna-
story paid. They still get a lot of, like, think about it as overall content. You still get a lot for the pack. Like, you get all the cop stuff, a new story mode, like, you get to be the cop, which is pretty cool, and that's going to be a pretty, like, limited experience. I don't think many people are going to have it.
I
Like,
just
in a big
think
town.
that there's really only one like type of like little game mode where it is cops versus robbers, and it's just people taking crates down the road like 3-4 miles to a safe house. Also, there's a grammatical error in the thing. It says take the things in the safe house. It's supposed to mean to the
Come
safe
on,
house.
that's not that deep. There's a grammatical error. Oh my god, CJ.
I know, but that's just me being a grammar Nazi. But
Okay, so what do you mean about cop variations?
So there'll be a select group of cars that will have variations, but in cop form. So you've seen
Like
the Agera. There's a
the monster spec Fiat
There's a
is
monster
a cop
spec
car.
a bar 500. I'm sure like
Monster
there'll be
spec,
Jeeps
you
and
could
Hummers and
say.
stuff, and like
Did you just
Yeah.
say monster spec fucking Fiat Abarth police car?
Yeah. There's a gameplay of it.
it's gonna be sick.
Hold
It
on,
act-
so you
it's
know when-
actually
you
gonna
know-
be sick.
Do you know when I'm driving around, like I'm chilling, driving around fucking
No,
Wisconsin.
so basically,
No,
it's
it's
only,
not-
it's only activated when you actually go into the mode. It's not.
So
public.
I'm not just gonna get disrupted by a bunch of cops, like police brutality, right? No,
Not unless you go into a pursuit.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
true.
As well
One
as
thing
that,
that
there's
was
a
kind of-
there's a perf spec Aventador, and then on the other side you obviously got the F12, the R35, the Hurricane, with more to be announced.
So yeah, I just can't see myself playing this because I'm broke on the game, and
But the thing is, you get all the stuff for free anyway.
you mean
Yeah.
for free.
As in like the cars, like the F12 and stuff.
They're free in money, game money.
Oh, not in in-game money, but you get the actual like the content.
I was
is
talking
there.
about in the game. I'm broke in game.
Me, sod
Then-
that shit
then
out
grind
nigga.
PvP.
You got time. You got till November.
Grind
November's a
PvP.
long time.
I don't know
away.
if it's that deep. I don't feel like I'll play it that much. I feel like it would just be like the Wild Run. I didn't really play that much. I know you guys
The
did, but I,
thing that I don't really like about the pack, because I like almost everything, but I don't like how the cup system works. I mean, I like that the cup AI actually has been buffed and all, but the thing that you are the cup and you have an area in which you can tell if the racer is busted or not, and you just don't take him down at all.
But you've got to
because he
keep in
doesn't work
mind
away.
that you also get a hell of a lot of more abilities as a racer. So you've got unlimited nitrous, so you can easily get away with there, as where the cops don't. So unless you really fuck up, you're not gonna get busted. And also, then you've got like there's multiple abilities. I can't remember what they all are off by heart,
Yeah,
but I know you get unlimited nitrous.
I remember all of them. For the racer side, I remember seeing you could drop flashbangs for some reason, which is really weird. I find that really weird. Jay and I were talking about that last night. Why was that even necessary, CJ? Then yeah, there's the unlimited nitrous, and I think there was also something like a helicopter hack where you could kind of keep it away from you.
Yeah.
And then on the cop side, you have the EMP, and then you have the
Helicopter?
helicopter, and the third thing was back on track. The racers don't have back on track.
And the only way you can get busted is if you get busted by a player cop, not any cop.
Yeah.
So realistically, it's pretty even when you think about it, like in terms of actual things.
what about
You're fucking gross.
what about fried chicken? Do they have that as a weapon? The cop,
What you just
so
throw
they
it at
can
them?
just wave it out the window and it lures them in. It's the
So
block.
basically, you go to the in-game equivalent of KFC and just wave it at them.
Drive to like the area where Compton is.
Compton.
I shit myself then because CJ's camera didn't fucking reload and then it did.
I'm reloaded.
Whose fault would it have been that time though?
Yours because
No.
you're a fucking rude cunt. That's why.
No, it would have been yours because you kicked me. You didn't have
Well,
to
don't
kick
burp then and be fucking a normal civilized
Hey,
citizen.
also, you're not.
Right,
you're not.
don't care what you're saying.
Why
We're
do you
going to
have a
carry
hoodie
on and talk about the crew calling out all units. So, a price has not yet been revealed on Steam or PSN or what. How much would you guys be willing to pay for it?
20 bucks.
I would say $10.
We said the exact same thing.
I was going to say £10, which is basically $20. So, yeah, that's fair enough. I can agree with that.
I'll pay
Yeah.
£10. If it's like £20, they can kill themselves. No, that's extreme. Don't kill yourself. I'm just not buying it. I'm sorry.
10, I
Yeah,
think
same
15
here.
pushing it. I think 15 quid is pushing it. So that's like, what, $25? Some shit like
Yeah.
that. I would still pay for it though. If it was, hopefully it will be cheap. I'm having second doubts as if it will be the last expansion. Looking back on it now,
Then again,
I
Needs
don't
to
think
be,
it will
but
be.
when Wild Run came out, they had a collection called the Complete Collection, and it's
Yeah, but they
not
renamed
complete.
it, and it's like now it's gold. And I think overall, I think they've still got a map expansion waiting. You know, I think deep down, I think still got a map expansion waiting.
I
'cause
think this
next
Yeah,
Ugh,
it's
DLC.
just
bring us a new fucking game already.
I think this
If they don't
DLC
bring it in
is a
Syria, I'm gonna kill myself.
I think.
That's a good one.
Thinking about it, I don't really think that there's going to be a map expansion.
Okay, I think this DLC is a placeholder for a new game. I feel like they're trying to buy time.
Yeah,
I feel like
definitely.
I feel like they got a bunch of the devs and they're like, right, make a DLC, just entertain them. We got this, and they're working on another game. If they're not working on the Crew 2 right now, then I'm
It
confused.
happened the same with the Wild Run, right? How many people developed Wild Run? It was like 13 people or something.
No. 13
I think
people
it
didn't
was.
develop all of that.
Or where
It
you
was
get that
14.
information on.
All I'm saying is the Wild Room was a huge DLC, and if you want to argue with me, we can. They remade the whole graphic system.
Yeah, but
Then-
they're not going to do that next, are they? They've got nothing to remake.
No, not of course, but I've got a gut feeling.
I feel like the game's time. I feel like that game's time is coming to an end. In fact, I felt like it came to an end after the Wild Run. To be fair,
I'm pretty sure
I just
they've got
I don't know.
okay, so they've got 9 million players overall. I remember seeing it somewhere, and 3 million just from the Xbox Live Gold thing.
yeah. I'm not saying they
16
don't have
years old.
fun.
That's
I'm
a
just
lot of
saying-
fucking players, you know.
Shit, 9 million.
Yeah, the
So
crew is still
that's the
very
reason
much.
to not make
They
another
made
game.
fucking they were
No,
making
the fact
bank
is
on
the
this
crew
game.
is still alive.
I didn't realize they sold
Saying it's dead. I'm
9
just saying
million.
The game's.
I'm gonna say this though is I remember the summit where you were getting the MX5. The PC version is dead as fuck in comparison to the PS4 version, obviously. But I remember seeing this when Theo posted a picture of the summit and like his rank and stuff. There was 16,000th place was bronze, and on PC 4,000th place was bronze. So like 4 times as more players,
Yeah, but
if
that's
not
always
probably
been the
more
case
than
for
that.
PC
play on
though,
PC.
because consoles are always going to be more popular.
No, obviously, that's what I
Yeah.
said. But like, it's insane how many more people play on console than on PC.
Especially on
Yeah.
PS4. Like if you go on to even like Need for Speed on PS4, you'll get in a lobby like that, like speedless, it's just like that. But sometimes
Yeah,
on
PC you won't get anywhere.
sometimes on Xbox, especially on Xbox, when I'm doing undefeated, I'm sitting down. Say it's a bit earlier. Say it's like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a school day on a Friday. I'll go down and it'll take at least like 3 or 4 tries to get into a lobby. As where PS4 is literally just like that. It's mad.
Good luck getting
Actually,
one on
no.
PC.
And then yeah, PC will be worse because PC compared to consoles is just minuscule. In terms of that actual player base, people can say all they want about PC, but the player base on Xbox One and PS4 is so much bigger. End of. And that's why it will help for Horizon actually, because obviously it's crossplay. So PC people can play with Xbox people, and then Xbox people. I'ma still play Xbox though because fuck ain't that PC noise. That's actually a joke. I can't stress how many issues I've had with PC over this past year. It's actually a joke. I'm still gonna be on Xbox. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think? Are you gonna be playing Horizon more on Xbox or PC?
Definitely Xbox.
Depends
Dependent
if-
on if I have the same problem with Horizon 2. Like for example, my game crashes on Forza Horizon 2 if I just select a car, it just freezes. My Xbox doesn't freeze, but the game freezes and I have to restart, and it's just a pain in the ass. If the same thing happens with Horizon 3, then I'm gonna probably spend more of my time on PC because I don't feel like I have that many problems in comparison to other people's PCs. So, yeah.
It depends. If Forza Horizon 3 runs like Forza Apex, where it will just
Well, it
set
will.
my disk usage up to like 1 billion, then I'm gonna buy another
It'll
Xbox
run
and get played on
exactly
there.
like it does on That's basically the same thing, isn't it? And I reckon the requirements will be very similar to Gears of War. I think it was to run it at max settings was 16 gigs of RAM, 970, and then
16 gigs.
Yeah, medium was 8 with a AMD FX 3350 and something else, a 960 or something like that. Basically, what my rig is. But I'm still gonna be playing it on consoles because consoles are just a hell of a lot easier. That's basically all there is to it.
I'm probably gonna buy another Xbox.
And also recording using an Elgato so much easier than Shadow Play. I don't care what anyone says. It's so much easier. All you've got to do is press record. Never fucks up. It's always reliable. That's always there. Right, CJ, don't talk to me when you don't even fucking record console anyway.
Excuse me. Can I show you my Elgato that I got?
Which you don't use.
But I do use.
All right, okay. Come back to me when you literally only play PC games on your channel. PC games which don't work. PC games which don't work.
Well, they obviously do.
Oh, you're telling me that Pro Street video is a game which works.
That was
it looked like it was completely fucked to me, and that's exactly why.
I find it hilarious because CJ he made one mistake with his Elgato and started saying it's broken, telling them to fix their product.
Yeah, but Jay, that's something. Everything. CJ has that excuse for everything. This game doesn't work. My PC's broken. This game is broken, even though my PC's shit. This game is broken.
The crookie.
You go to established companies like that you paid for their products, right? On Twitter, like, hey, people about fix your product, it's broken. I can't get it working, so it's obviously broken. Need for Speed people, I keep crashing, crash cam's crap. Remove it, cause I'm bad at the game. So guardrails are broken.
The only issue I have, okay, right, you're getting kicked. Fuck off. The only issue I have with Elgato is sometimes when I'm recording with the PS3 cable, it stutters, and the audio gets desynced, and you've got to resync it in post. But that's not an issue. That takes like 2 seconds because you can sync it up after the loading screens with the music. And that's about it really. I don't ever really use my microphone and stuff with it because that desyncs, and I don't really need to because I use Audacity anyway. And I use Audacity anyway, so I can just sync it up anyway. And I like having the separate audio streams.
Separate people.
So I can mute CJ when he fucking's being annoying like this now.
That's one thing that sucks about doing this on PC, is because you can't really do that because so my setup is basically Elgato records my game. And then I use Windows Movie Maker to record my webcam, and then OBS to record your guys' audio. And if CJ just starts randomly singing in the middle of it, I could just mute him. It's that easy.
But if you're recording on PC, OBS records your game audio as well. So unless you do different audio streams, then you're fucked, and that takes so long, and you've got to go through drivers and this and that. CJ, fuck off.
Drivers just to mute
drivers to get your fucking Skype audio in different channels. Yes, that's how it works, CJ. I know what I'm fucking talking about. And that's just a hell of a lot of effort as well. I think console is just so much easier to record on.
CJ, you just said he's bad at PC, but when I watch your videos, there's always something weird, like the quality is not as high as it possibly can be, or the aspect ratio is fucked up. Don't come to people if
don't come for me when you use the border that's given to you by Shadow Play, okay? When you actually learn how to use Photoshop and you don't have some shitty outro, then come to me, okay?
What do you mean I got the border off the internet.
Chill. So it wasn't even from Shadow Play. You press save as from the internet. That's good.
I recolored it.
You know what?
One thing that I love about CJ is his thumbnails. I love how the Hot Pursuit logo is stretched up so that it just looks like a square.
It's okay because I don't do it seriously. I do it as fun. No, it's just shit. So
hey, it gets views, so it's alright.
Don't come at me.
No, it gets views. Is that why your video's on 50 views? Is that why
9 overtook you when you were ahead of him in subs? Fucking dickhead.
At least I'm white.
Alright, yeah, that's good. Yeah, and you know what? I'm host, bitch. Alright.
Savage!
Sorry, sometimes he just needs to be put back in his place. I don't want to have to be mean to CJ, but he does this to himself.
Hey, every time you kick me,
no one cares. Shut up. No one asked. So going back onto the crew. I asked you how much you would pay for it. If it is, okay, will you buy it? I think this mainly goes to Jay actually, because everyone else will buy it here. I think that's pretty obvious because everyone else here plays the Crew and we all like the Crew. Jay, will you buy it? Because you're not a big fan of the Crew.
Yeah.
If it's £10.
Yeah.
Right.
Every time
Next
you can get this tenner, but you cannot get that $25. No. No, I got games to say rock fall.
I still haven't got it for Horizon.
I still haven't got the money for it either, but
I'm like £70 down.
I'm like, I think I'm not halfway there, right? But
I'm gonna have to use his student loan.
I might have to, I might have someone's
Thankfully,
I'm cool. It's get downloaded regardless because I've got like 2 people's Xbox account on mine, so
I'm actually gonna have to go into my student loan. It's got to that point for
Yes.
me.
Forza if I want to, but I'm going to.
my wallet.
As
Got my
Ultimate Edition,
supermarket
you're gonna pay
money.
for Ultimate Edition, or are you gonna pay for normal edition?
Me, also I'm getting Ultimate.
You're gonna get
Edition.
Ultimate.
Hey, it's not good that you're allowed to do it 4 days early.
Right,
What
so
are we
going
even
on to the next
talking
topic,
about?
Of Drive Club
Ultimate
VR and Gran Turismo Sport. This is something which is only really applicable to a few of us. First off, Drive Club VR. Weird thing about Drive Club VR. It's being sold. That's literally what it would be like. But anyway, the first thing is that it's being sold as a separate game, and B, it has more tracks.
What, a VR version has more tracks than the standard?
They're selling it with like 2 extra tracks,
Can
which
have
I
those
thought was
tracks?
really weird considering they've been fired.
Yeah, same here.
Really,
Fired,
really
fired,
weird.
you're fired.
Now, question 1 is: do you think they'll sell these with the normal game? My answer is no.
Wait,
No.
did you say will they sell the goggles with the
No. Will they sell the fucking tracks with the normal game, or will they add them
Oh.
for free?
I want those tracks.
How much are the goggles?
The what? The VR goggles? I'll have a look. I'm pretty sure it comes with some headphones as well. Actually, which is pretty cool. PS VR.
Oh god, that won't work.
I do think it's really cool.
Tunnel
how it's
loves
there
a
on day
deep
one.
throat.
350.
Ooh,
So
Oh.
that's
I thought
that's
that-
the cheapest that any VR headset is.
the console, though.
That's actually that's less than I expected it to be.
Nah,
I thought
fuck that. I'm gonna use Google Cardboard.
Unless you're making that cake, right?
I could save up for that in like a month.
Unless you've got a
Oh,
console already, a PS4 already, or you're making that good cheddar, you're kind of fucked.
Well, both
so
really. You need to make
my
a good
thi-
cheddar, and you need to already have a PS4 or
Yeah.
that PS4 Neo BS they're gonna bring out. But
CJ, you stack shelves, cool. I personally think that I don't know. It's just so out of reach for me. I can't speak on it. It's so
if
out
we
of
were
reach.
all earning, it wouldn't be an issue. But when none of us
Yeah.
are, so it's
Well,
like.
Well,
earning
CJ,
to
shut the fuck up. You work at a supermarket earning minimum wage. You're not earning.
Well,
I'm saying
I
if we
still-
are in,
I still
if we
think,
were in
like-
proper paying jobs, not some shitty selling out corner job. I'm talking about an actual job, or if YouTube was actually doing well for us. Which, let's be honest, none of us are making cake on YouTube. We're not on Theo levels right now, are we? So
Well,
carry
I
on,
could
Jay.
save up for that in like 2 weeks.
Anyway, you don't pay bills, CJ. You don't have any bill. You don't have no bills to pay. Your parents pay for you. So can you stop going on like you're some sort of independent man? You've got your own apartment and shit, and you got kids. Shut up. Basically,
On a real level, though, big respect for someone like Theo who's actually done that for himself.
Yeah.
Like, I find that mad,
kid.
especially like considering when you watch someone from the start and you see, and like I think this applies to all of us. Maybe minus Jay because you didn't really watch YouTube from the start because you only started watching it a few years ago, right?
okay, carry
But
on.
anyway, when you see it grow from something like 2009ish, where literally no one was here.
I knew who Black Panther was before I was on YouTube.
Did you used to watch like? Well, anyway, let me carry on. You can fill in anyway.
Whoa!
So coming in from 2009, when like Machinima Respawn was only just becoming a thing, and then you see Machinima, and then you see like all these other tops, and then people actually become independent on their own channels and have income on their own channels. Big respect for people who can do that because it wasn't long ago when that wasn't even a thing, you know.
no, you know what's mad is I started watching Theo when he had a lesser amount of subs than what Cam has now.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
I remember his 5K special sub Q&A.
And it's mad.
What did
Like,
he do?
you can see the transition.
Yeah.
Like you could tell by his content that he wanted to do it like all the time. Like he wanted to do it full time, and the progression, it was mad. And I big respect. I got big respect. Even people like AR12, like he's got his own mixed opinions, but he's got his own business basically now. Like he's got his own website, and you know,
own
big
goons.
respect to him. Like that takes a lot of effort to do that. Anyway, carry on, Jay. Sorry, I went a bit of a tangent.
I forgot what I was even saying.
About VR, about being earning money.
Yeah, I feel like with VR, I can't get excited because I am not going to be able to afford it. Even when I start working, there's no way I'm going to be able to push things aside and think, right, I'm going to spend £600 on VR kit and a PS4.
Is with the VR, there's so many different ones, it doesn't add up, if you know what I mean. So you got PlayStation VR, then you got PC VR, and then you got this VR and that VR, and it's like, if it was just one VR headset, which you could invest money into, and pay like £500 and it works on everything.
I wouldn't mind. I would like if Microsoft... No, not even that though. I would kind of rather one. There won't be one, but one that kind of worked with everything.
Yeah, literally.
I know that won't happen.
It won't happen, but like, and that's the issue. Is it if you're gonna buy one, the only real sense it makes is to get the HTC Vive and use it on PC because PC has got a bigger range of games. To get one literally PS4 exclusive for a console, which is probably gonna die out in 5 years, is pointless.
Seems a bit drastic to do that. Like
especially
unless I was making that and I was getting them sponsorships and Sony sent me one.
And that's also not including the fucking PlayStation camera, which you also need to pay for. So it's basically £400.
You need the camera as well.
Yep.
Freaking NSA spying device.
No, that's just you being a gypsy. And then GT Sport, this is weird. I want to talk again. No one's really interested in GT Sport here, but this isn't what I want to talk about. It was more so the fact that they only showed screenshots off.
That's weird.
What the fuck? They showed off some new screenshots, and in all fairness, they did look amazing. I'm not going to sit here and say they didn't look amazing because they did. They showed off like some of the rally stuff. What the fuck though? Why would they not show any gameplay at Gamescom or in a trailer? Maybe show some of the older cars, if there is any.
I know, the marketing has been weird.
Weird
the marketing
shit. I know the Japanese and stuff, but like, come on.
Yeah, but even how they announced it was before E3 and everything, and they were not at E3. And now at Gamescom, they
were at E3. They actually released a trailer at E3.
Wasn't it before that?
It wasn't in the conference, but it was there. It was an E3 trailer.
I might be able to play it. I'm going to EGX, so I might be able to play it.
That'd be good.
I still got to pre-order it. I have a notepad of lists of games I need to pre-order.
I'm really curious to what.
I really wish I could go to EGX this year, but it's just not possible. Sad face. But oh well. The Forza will be up by then, so it's fine. And that leaves us on. Should we go straight to the Q&A questions?
The Q&A.
If we have
But
any.
wasn't it last year where Cam got to go, but Jay couldn't, and no, this year it's going to be the opposite?
Don't remind me about the year I couldn't go and Need for Speed was there.
Only reason now is because I'm literally going to be on the other side of the country, and it doesn't make sense to go down for 1 week.
What if I just stretched my arm across the UK and grabbed you on by your head, and then just pulled you back, and then we could just go together?
Is it going to hurt?
It will hurt me, but I can do that.
That's fine.
Oh, shit.
He's got to do it twice though, because once you get back, he has to take you, stretch his hand, and fling you across the country.
I could just use teleportation, to be honest.
I was going to say something really rude then. I'm not going to say it now.
If you're going to use teleportation, then do it the first time.
Oh my god, CJ, I'm so triggered.
Right, so I've already okay. So basically, Daniel Sarang asked some really deep questions.
What do you mean?
So number one, and this is like really deep.
Have you ever seen a dead puppy?
I'm not laughing at the question. I'm laughing at the fact I have to say this, and you guys are all looking at me. Stop laughing. Right, I'm taking my headphones off.
You're a pussy.
Have you read it? Have you read it?
I'll read it if you want.
No, you're not reading it out.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Any advice?
Any advice? Got any advice?
Right, question 1 from Daniel Sarangi says, question is, have you got any advice for anyone who's experiencing depression, peer pressure, social anxiety, or contemplating suicide?
Fuck, that's a such.
I told you it was deep. I wasn't lying.
Shit. Call
No, CJ, don't bring a meme.
Like if you're legit feeling suicidal, call the national.
Calling no helpline's not gonna help.
Yeah, it's not gonna help.
Okay. Here's what I've got. I've never really hit deep depression in my life ever. I've had peaks where I've felt down, extremely down, but that's just comes with being a teenager. But the thing I would say is find something that you deeply have a passion for, and just do that. Even if you're still going through the shit, at least that's a sort of an escape. And weirdly enough, I feel like my computer was my escape. Literally, logging into my computer kind of locks me away from being pissed off, dealing with shitty teachers, dealing with being shit at certain subjects and stuff, and just going through whatever you go through at school.
YouTube was my escape in that. Like I've said this before on Drivecast. When you turn on that camera, it's just like that's it. Like just for those like 30 odd minutes when you're recording, it's like you haven't got to worry about school or anything. It's just you recording. That's like that was always, especially when I come back from school, and that was always be my escape. I don't think it's about so much just being like having something to do. Just stay in there and make sure just make sure you take a break from whatever's causing you stress.
Yeah.
Video games, like what I do sometimes. I think like sometimes what I used to do is I used to go on like the Crew or Horizon. I used to drive. I would put some music on, and I think listening to music and stuff like that is like it's kind of therapeutic, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, if it's the case of yes, something's happening and you can't dodge it, like say family issues or something, then I don't really know how to talk on that. That's genuinely something you'd have to tackle yourself, because there's no how else can you go about it. You know what I mean? If you've got issues with your family,
I've been
then
pretty depressed at points, but I've never had a family issue.
Yeah, and that's why I don't know what to say.
Stick in
You know
there.
what I mean?
There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I can really say on that one. So anyway, number 2, it doesn't end here. Have you had any near-death experiences?
Yes.
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 I think
I'm not talking about one on Drivecast because this isn't a good place.
I almost got run over.
Run
Oh.
over.
Run
I think we've
over.
all pretty much all been run over.
Yeah. Run over.
I was nearly in a car accident, like a really bad one, but the person swerved.
Were they ragging it with like, yeah,
I was with my reckless, stupid older cousin, and he just wasn't driving sensibly.
You guys know those little not toy cars, but those cars that you drive as a kid, like those little tiny cars that are about that big.
Yeah.
I got ran over by one.
That was your near-death experience.
Or that guy
No,
No, you got run over.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got run over by one.
Right, is anyone else going to say this before we go on to the next one?
I don't have any. I can remember now.
I'm not going to
Literally
talk
said
about
yes.
I was just agreeing. Yeah.
This is why you shoot me on Drivecast. Anyway, next one. Are you planning to get F1 2016? No.
No.
it. No.
Alright, that's it for him. Carry on scrolling down. This one's from ARA1N.
Arian.
Shout 12.
Arian. And his question is, what's your opinion on esports?
It's cool. I was actually
I
watching
think
the.
it would be sick. I think it would be sick if it was in the Olympics or the X Games or something. You know?
Call of Duty's in the X Games.
That shit's boring.
Is it
I'm not
actually?
interested.
They ever put gaming in the Olympics? Oh,
Yeah, but
cringe.
I was actually watching the Dota International Championships held in Seattle every year, and I know like nobody here is interested in that, but like you look at that stadium, like it's weird. Like they had like
Oh my god, the architecture of that stadium. Oh my god.
You know how in like pro sports after the game they have like these post game shows where they like do play by plays and shit. They legit do that, but with Dota.
Hey guys,
and
John
Counter-Strike.
Madden here.
Yeah, they actually like. They
I'm
had
not
those, like,
interested
little
in pro esports. Cool.
But yeah, it was pretty cool.
You get the money. You do the play-by-plays. For me,
The motherfucking money,
I don't care.
nigga.
I play games to have fun, not to sit there and literally like unless I'm going in and undefeated. I don't care. I don't
You know
want
what's mad as well? You know what's crazy? These big people like FaZe and that. Most of them niggas back in 2000 and fucking 9 were playing Modern Warfare 2, screaming down the microphone,
Trick-shotting.
doing trick shots, and they just got lucky. They got lucky and started up like. Was it YouTube that got them there?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well,
So
because
I
you're
just
not-
think a lot of them are very fucking lucky. They
Literally, I was watching the GT Sport esports, and it's like, oh no, he's gonna go, oh, he's gonna go, and it's like, chill. Okay, cool, like,
He sounded like a cartoon character.
that's literally what it was like. It was ridiculous. Anyway, like, going on to the next question.
When Courage the Cowardly Dog was explaining the situation to his owners, that's what Google.
Oh, when he's red out. Next question comes from Zane Plays Dirt 3, and this question is: would you rather have your dream car painted or wrapped? Wrapped.
Painting.
So I
Wrapped
can take
because
it off.
you can still have the original color, and it keeps the car in pristine condition.
Oh yeah.
True. I think it's a bit more expensive though.
Obviously, but this is like would you rather, so it's like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, nigga, wrap my car.
Because if my rep gets chipped, nigga, it don't matter. I take the rep off, put another one on. Here's how it rolls.
Oh,
Cool. Done.
Done.
Everyone said
Done.
wrapped. Wrap. Right. Everyone said wrapped. Next question comes from Epicness5, and his question is, what is the email? I think we said last week there was something about an email at some point in the podcast. I can't remember what we said though.
what email?
What email?
It's 09 siege at google.com.
Siege. Rainbow Six Siege.
The next question is, what's your favourite AMG car?
Sex. I mean the Black
AM
Series.
The what Jay said.
Is the
The black-
SLR? Does the SLR count?
Which Black Series am I talking about?
SL55's nice.
The SLS.
Say
Yeah.
So what-
you love me, say you love me, but you never pressed on me.
Black
Yeah.
Series. That one.
SL55.
Yeah, I think that's
Is
what
that the
I
wide
called
one?
it.
I'm saying the SLS.
Yes, it's literally
SLS.
white.
Yeah, the SLS is really nice. Yeah.
And that true.
If
Wait,
if the SLR counts, I'm gonna have that. If not, the SL55 for me.
yeah, it's definitely going to be either the SLS or the Skoda.
Also, shout out to Willow Tool. He followed us on Mixcloud. I forgot to mention that at the start. I said I was gonna do that at the start of every episode. but I never did that.
Meat meal.
I was gonna say I would look, but I can't be bothered. No, I can't be bothered. No, I can't be bothered. No, I can't. I have to get Mixcloud up, and that's the issues. You know, I'm gonna do it just because I did say I would do it at the start of last episode, and I forgot, and I've got no more questions left, so we're not in any rush. Let's have a look. So, time to give you guys a shout out if you're on Mixcloud. I said this is what I was gonna do this every week. So Jazz, Thomas, I actually can't scroll down on the notifications, so only Thomas, Jazz, and William are gonna get shout outs.
That's not nice.
Yeah,
Imagine, like, oh-
yeah, because I can fucking scroll down further, can't I, to check. If you can solve this issue, you fucking do it. If you want to upload, you know what? Shut the fuck up. You don't even upload Drivecast half the time. I'm going out here busting my ass, fucking rendering MP3s and putting it on some gypsy ass website, and you're sitting there with your fucking unmade bed. You fucking, you know what? Just get out of my fucking podcast.
No.
I'm not that annoyed, by the way, guys. Don't think I'm actually that annoyed. I just. Anyway, that has been the end of Drivecast 80.
Oh my god.
That's the end.
I just want to mention when CJ does try and explain something, and he lays back into his chair like this with his head up in the air, he looks like Stephen Hawking. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you for tuning in to the 80th episode of Drivecast. We're getting ever so close to the elusive 100. Sorry, pardon. Make
See,
sure to go
when
ahead and
you
subscribe.
dance, you just made me get worms.
Make sure to go ahead and subscribe. If CJ remembers, put our links down in the description. We will see you guys in the next one. You guys have an awesome stay safe. And that's where we leave.
Stay safe.
Right, wildcard.